Good afternoon, I'm Kathy Lewis. It's good to be with you today. We are continuing a series that we started many months ago on Hearsay, where we are having conversations with educators from across the region. And today we're very happy to have two college presidents with us today, the president of Thomas Nelson Community College and the president of Norfolk State University. And so we are happy to bring that program to you today with support from Rivers Inn Restaurant and Crab Deck just over the Coleman Bridge at York River Yacht Haven, Gloucester Point. Rivers Inn offers waterfront dining overlooking Sarah's Creek and the York River. For more information or reservations, call 888-780-CRAB. Well, as you just heard Raymond Jones indicate, it will be quite a rainy and blustery afternoon around Hampton Road, so you can keep it right here on 89.5 for the latest in the weather and the traffic. We are taking care of you all afternoon in that regard, and so you have no need to send it anywhere else. We're very happy to welcome to our program today Dr. Charles Taylor. Dr. Taylor, nice to see you today.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.
Well, it was a pleasure for me to have the opportunity to be the commencement speaker at Thomas Nelson Community College, and I so appreciated your invitation to do it. It was truly one of the most terrific events I've ever been to, and a real joy to celebrate with those young people. Well, I shouldn't say young people. I will say people of all ages, because your enrollment really is very age diverse.
Absolutely. And one of the great advantages we had at the commencement, we had a young woman. I say young woman, she was 62 years old, yes, graduating. Right. And so we cover the gamut from 17, 16 years old all the way up to 76 years old.
That's a fact. And one of the most touching and moving things, I think, was the moment when you had a number of people with physical handicaps who made it across the stage. But one woman I recall in particular, and in fact the Daily Press wrote a wonderful feature story about her. She had, I believe it was cerebral palsy and some sort of physical limitation, and she was able to get out of her wheelchair, was helped to the stage, and had her crutches or arm braces, and came across, and oh gosh, the place just went up in applause for her.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the great things about Thomas Nelson. We're able to help students no matter where they are and no matter what their preparation, and be able to have someone to really go through that entire process and to be able to walk across stage and having all their family and friends there to really celebrate them. That's what Thomas Nelson Community College is really all about.
It's really a hallmark of the community college system, and I think in the time she really credited strongly the people who had supported her along the way, not just faculty, but people in the in different offices within the administration who'd just been helpful to her getting through barriers, both physical and otherwise. And I loved when the Daily Press asked her, they were asking her about dealing with her disability, and she said, well, look, you know what, that really wasn't the problem, it was the math.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I remember that statement. That was great.
And so many of us can say that, can't we?
Absolutely. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
We're at 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. Those are the numbers where you can join us today to speak with President Charles Taylor of Thomas Nelson Community College. It's the fourth largest community college in the Commonwealth, and they have facilities both on the peninsula and also up in Williamsburg, and that's an exciting new development coming online, right?
Thank you for mentioning that. We are excited about the opportunity to build a brand new college campus in the James City County, Williamsburg area. It's a growing area in the entire state, and our legislation just approved the additional funds for us to build our 120,000 square foot new building.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, will the students in that area be offered the same kinds of coursework they will at the main campus?
Not only the same type of coursework, but we're going to expand the programs. One of the exciting programs we currently have there now in our lease space, we've expanded our nursing program. And so that's one of the needs for the entire region. And we're developing LPN to RN programs. We're expanding some of our engineering programs. We're also expanding in terms of some of the workforce initiatives, the workforce training in the historic Triangle area as well.
Well, you know, the whole concept of the need for nurses is just really becoming acute.
Absolutely.
And so it's a great opportunity for people to get that kind of education. You have to just love the mission of community colleges, because talk about an adaptable educational level that has changed to meet the times.
One of the great things about community college and one of the great things about Thomas Nelson is that we have a workforce development initiative. Our strategy is really to respond to the needs of business and industry. And that's why our workforce development, PWDC center, really is nationally known and statewide, and has received a number of statewide and national recognitions because we responded so rapidly and being very flexible. And that key component is making certain that businesses in our area are competitive not only nationally but internationally as well, that they have a trained, skilled workforce that they can really tap into to help them grow as a company.
And I think a lot of people don't realize the degree to which businesses, certainly businesses of size that have need of multiples of employees, can actually be in touch with Thomas Nelson and say, look, this is the kind of thing that I need. This is the training that I need for my employees. And of course, depending on the size and a lot of other variables and factors, you'll work with them to try to come up with something.
And one of the best things, because of our partnership with a number of businesses, they basically tell us these are the type of skills that we actually need. And so we have a program called Work Keys where an individual actually walks in, they can actually sit down at a desk and find out what skills they're lacking for a particular company, so that when a company gives us all that information and a student comes in, we basically are matching the skills to that company. But at the same time, if they find out there's a deficiency, we can give them the necessary training to get up to speed, so that when a company is interviewing an individual, that employee, they really know that that person will have all the necessary skills. So they're not interviewing thousands of individuals. They're interviewing just those that really have the skills necessary.
It makes a tremendous difference. And I know one of the real challenging issues in colleges and universities today, and you can talk to just about anybody and they will tell you this, is that the young people that they're getting coming into the school system, coming into the college system, I should say, are in need of more remedial help than they have been in the past. And this is a great place where the community college really can play a role. If you have a young person who's graduated from high school and they don't quite have it all down yet to be successful in the college environment, community college is a great place to get it done.
Absolutely. We take so many different steps to make certain that individuals have the skills necessary to be successful and really to meet their goals. We really don't want to be a revolving door, because we have a number of individuals not only coming out of high school, but also coming back to the higher education institution for the very first time, whether it's 10 years or 5 years later. We make certain that we have the support mechanisms there, the training there, and also the courses to help them get to their level of success.
We're at 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. If you are interested in returning to school, if it's been a while since you've been in the classroom, I doubt you would find a more supportive environment than that which you will find in community colleges across the region. The fourth largest in the Commonwealth is that which you will find at Thomas Nelson Community College. And so if that is your story and you have a question, or if you've had the experience of attending Thomas Nelson, or you have questions about the new campus, the historic Triangle campus coming to Williamsburg, give us a call at 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. Those are the numbers where you can join us today. The General Assembly approving $8.5 million for the new campus, the first building at the permanent historic Triangle campus. And I know that word permanent is one that has been wished for a long, long time. So that'll be a great opportunity for folks in the Williamsburg area. They're going to be increasing the staff there at that facility as well. 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240 are the numbers where you can join us today on Hearsay. One of the other interesting aspects of this is that you have a record number of young people in dual enrollment programs. That
Absolutely.
is to say, they're in high school and college at the same time.
Right, and that's what I wanted to emphasize. Not only those students who are not prepared, we have a number of students who are very well prepared in high school, and they're absolutely having the skills necessary to succeed at a college level. And Thomas Nelson, our program over the last 2 years, we have grown substantially in terms of dual enrollment. We're working with the dual enrollment coordinators at the high schools, and now we have dual enrollment programs at all of the high schools that we serve in our region.
Wow. That dual enrollment is such a wonderful opportunity, because the idea is while you're still in high school, you can be taking college courses and college credit, and it just compresses the time frame, and I think wonderfully offers young people the opportunity to get some of those, the kids that can do that,
right.
get those requireds out of the way, so that really when you get to college you can be taking some very, very interesting courses, and more courses perhaps in your major. 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240 are the numbers where you can join us today. We're talking about Thomas Nelson Community College. Is it technically in Hampton or Newport News? Which? The main campus.
The main campus is in Hampton.
Is in Hampton. That's what I thought. I just was trying to, it's off the interstate there, and
right.
I always get mixed up which is Hampton. And of course, we have one college in this area that actually shares cities. Virginia Wesleyan is in both Norfolk and Virginia Beach.
Yes.
So I feel sorry for the postal carrier there. 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240. We're at 11 past the hour talking with Dr. Charles Taylor, who's the president of Thomas Nelson Community College. Eileen is on the line from Norfolk. Hi, Eileen. You're on the air.
Hi. I'm on my cell phone. I'm hearing some static. So are we connected?
Yes, we are. Go right ahead.
Okay. I'm interested in what might be offered on the community college level for young people coming out of high school from the special education program.
Okay.
And how a special education diploma versus a certificate from the special education program might apply at community college.
Oh, interesting question. Thank you, Eileen.
One of the things that we pride ourselves in at Thomas Nelson Community College is that we have a very strong support program for people with disabilities. We have a strong support mechanism. We provide tutors. We also provide additional size screens, readers, those type of mechanisms to really help a student really succeed. And that's one of the advantages of community colleges, because we want to bring all the necessary support mechanisms together so a student can be successful.
When we talk about special education, and of course we know that that's a wide range of capability there. Is that something that you have folks at the college who can talk to someone who has those issues, or as a student with those issues, so that you could kind of talk with them and figure out what the best options are?
Our admissions office will be the contact person to address any of those issues as it relates to special education, special needs, and they can direct them specifically to, because it's such a wide gambit, that they can direct them specifically to the right individual at our campus.
And Eileen, just to let you know, the website is tncc.edu, tncc.edu. Thomas Nelson Community College has in excess of 11,000 students enrolled across the region, the equivalent of nearly 6,000 full-time students, but many of them are part-time, and that's the story here in many respects. Is then I remember that so clearly from the graduation. So many of the people who walked across that stage were working one or two jobs, had families. These were in many cases established people who were either returning for an education they didn't get the first time around, or maybe training for that next step.
And while flexibility is really developing programs in the evening for people who are working full-time, we're now offering classes at 8 in the morning. If we find companies that are willing to have programs at 2 in the morning, we're that flexible. We're going to respond to their needs, and we're really responding to the needs of the community at whole.
Yeah.
Because we realize someone may be 70 years old saying, I want to come back and understand computers. You may have a single parent may saying, I really want to go to school with my son or with my daughter. Are there opportunities for me to get my education as well?
Yeah, your child will not speak to you in that case, but you can get your education alongside them all you want to. They will not speak to you.
Well, we'll make certain they're in separate classes at the same time. But at least they'll be able to walk across stage at the same time.
That's exactly right. You know, I tell you something, that was one of the most moving things to see at that graduation, was the number of adult women and men who were walking across, and you had children of little kids up to bigger kids, and clearly these were children for whom considerable sacrifice had been made, and they were saying, way to go, and well done, and good job. It's very moving.
To be able to hear someone say, way to go, Grandma.
Yes.
I mean, that is so exciting.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Simply say, and to turn around and say, that's my cousin, or that's my mom, or that's my dad. I mean, that such excitement is really being able to set as a role model to my kids to say, if I can do it, you can do it as well.
You bet. I tell you, it is. I said this right after the graduation. It is really true. The greatest fun you can have is to go to community college graduation, because people who are graduating from community college have worked hard to get there. It, in many respects, may be the first college education for that person or even for that family.
Absolutely.
And you just see rows and rows of family and friends there, you know, cheering them on. It's great. It's just great. Jonathan's on the line from Williamsburg. Hi, Jonathan. You're on the air.
Hi there.
Hi.
Thanks for having me. I was wondering, I'm an engineering student right now. I'm actually on my way down to the main campus from Williamsburg. I was wondering, when can we expect to have the classes available for engineering at the Williamsburg campus?
At 3 o'clock this afternoon. No, I'm kidding, Jonathan. I hate to tell you, it's not going to be that fast.
We are planning on opening our campus sometime in the late part of 2008. We were hoping to open up in 2007 when the entire nation is celebrating Jamestown, but we are now going to be opening up in 2008. And we'll have a better schedule to give all of the students in the community of all the program offerings. I can't give you a specific date at this point in time.
But probably in the 2008 range. Jonathan, will you be completed by that time?
Yeah, actually, I'm in the Navy. I'll be transferred and gone by then.
Well, I will tell you, and I don't know whether it will apply to your engineering courses, but you're also working on a fair amount on distance learning.
Yes, we have a number of distance learning programs and distance learning opportunities, and even though you're in the program or will be leaving shortly, you will have the opportunity to continue your education through our distance learning programs, whether you're at sea or stationed someplace else. That is some of the things that we're expanding, and hopefully engineering may be one of those. And so I ask you to look at our website and see if there are some programs you can start enrolling in now.
Oh, definitely. Thank you very much.
Okay, Jonathan, thanks for the call. Best of luck to you.
Yep, thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. You know, that's the other thing. You've got to really take your hat off to these folks in the military who are here one day, gone the next.
Absolutely.
And their education is sometimes a checkerboard to try to put together. And when you come to a place like Thomas Nelson, they're going to help you with that, and they're going to work with you and see what they can do to make that happen for you.
Well, one of the reasons that we have one of the best med lab tech programs in the nation is because we actually have a program directly with the Navy, where we actually have some of the highest pass scores, highest success scores in terms of the actual test. We actually have people who are actually coming out and going right into the military assignments from that program. But it's nationally recognized as one of the better programs and med lab tech programs working with the Navy.
We're at 440-2665. Great questions, by the way, today for Dr. Charles Taylor. If you're calling us from around the country, which we know that many of you do, log on to this program either on your on your computers. 1-800-940-2240 is the number where you can join us outside the immediate area. 440-2665 is our local contact number, and that's your connection to Dr. Charles Taylor, who's the president of Thomas Nelson Community College, serving folks on the peninsula, getting ready in 08 to open a new campus up in Williamsburg, money having just been approved. And you know how construction works. You plan for it one day, you might get it next year. But they're going to be working on that over the course of the next couple of years to expand the programs of Thomas Nelson Community College. Terry is on the line from Newport News. Hi, Terry. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi. I had a two-part question. The first part was answered when you answered Jonathan. So now the second part is, how does one go about choosing a distance learning program? What are the important variables to consider?
That's a good question.
Well, one of the important variables to consider is really, do you have the fortitude to really push yourself to take a distance education program? Distance education is not for all students, but it's an option for individuals who have a very busy time schedule, and they can really do the distance education at a certain pace that is different from the in-classroom pace. One of the advantages that we have here at Thomas Nelson, if you're interested in a distance education program, we have a department that will help you. If you can contact the admissions office, they will direct you to an individual, and they can sit down with you and basically do an analysis of whether or not the skills you feel you need are the ones that are necessary to really be successful. Because the key component is that we really want you to be successful as a student at Thomas Nelson, and distance education is just one opportunity for you to get an education. And in some cases, it may be a combination of a hybrid program where you take most of it by distance education, but that one-on-one contact with an instructor is important. So we have those type of programs as well.
Terry, that's a great question, and I'm really appreciating the fact that you mentioned that distance learning is not for everyone. You have to have a certain temperament to do that, and it depends on whether the courses that you need can be most effectively delivered in that format too.
That's correct. That's
yeah,
correct.
You really have to be somebody who's pretty dedicated to doing it and pretty motivated to do it. And some people just need that structure. I'm
Right.
one of those structure people myself. I don't
And
know
there,
if I could
and
do
there
it.
are some classes where you actually have to have the hands-on, like in
Yes.
some of the labs
Sure.
and some of those types of things. And I know a lot of institutions are adding distance education classes, and a lot of classes can really fit into that model. But there are some classes you really need the hands-on touch and feel to really get
Great
that
point.
program.
Terry, thanks for the call. Nina is on the line from Yorktown. Hi, Nina. You're on the air.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I just want to know if... Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Yep.
Go right ahead.
I just want to know if Thomas Nelson is going to open a dental hygiene program.
Oh, okay. Great question.
Oh, I think I'm glad you asked that question. The answer is we are, yes, we are moving towards looking at dental hygiene as one of the things that we are looking at, not only possibly bringing to the historic Triangle campus, but if not, we know for sure that we're moving in that direction. We've been working with the Virginia Community College system. We've been talking to the Dental Hygiene Association, and we have our deans and administrators and our faculty on campus looking at developing that program. And so the answer is yes. Thank you for asking. I'm glad I had the opportunity to share that.
And you know, it's so.
Thank you for putting the program in Thomas Nelson.
Are you interested in taking that, Nina?
No, I just graduated from Old Dominion University dental hygiene program, but I have a lot of friends that would like to attend the program, but a lot of them live on this side of the water
Oh, okay.
and wouldn't like to travel all the time to Old Dominion University. So it would be great if Thomas Nelson will open the program.
All right, Nina. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
We are going to need many more dental hygienists because every time I read the newspaper, they're talking about the connections between dental health and the rest of your physical health, all the things that can go wrong in your mouth that can shoot off into the rest of your body. So we're going to need those teeth cleaners pretty fast.
Absolutely.
All righty. 440-2665, 1-800-940-2240. Bill is on the line from Yorktown. And Bill, you're on the air with Dr. Charles Taylor.
Good afternoon, Charles. This is Bill.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to congratulate you on finally getting on Kathy Lewis's show. And I was, while I was waiting, I was wanting you to talk about the Navy Med Lab, and you got to that. And when you talked about the things going up at the historic Triangle campus in health services, I said, "Whoa, wait a minute! Aren't we going to have dental hygiene up there too?" But it seems like everybody's getting in there and bringing up the subjects.
All right, good enough, Bill. Thank you for the call. You're the past board chair of Thomas Nelson?
Yeah. It's my fault that Charles is here. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, I would not call that a fault at all, Bill. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you being on, and we're going to have to get Kathy to come and talk to our Kiwanis Club right after you talk, Charles.
All right, good enough, Bill. Thank you for the call.
Bye.
Thank
I'm
you.
working my way through the animal clubs first. Elks, no, I'm just kidding. I love all those animal clubs. 440-2665 or 1-800-940-2240 are the numbers where you can join us today. And we're talking with Dr. Charles Taylor. What did cause you to accept that invitation to come to Thomas Nelson?
Well, I took the time to really look at the institution, the dedication to students, which is really something that I take great pride in. My background is working in student affairs, and so when you're looking at an institution and looking at the potential at Thomas Nelson, all the great things, to be able to build a brand new college campus, to expand the programs, to really respond to the needs of the community. And the Hampton Roads area is an area that's growing.
Yeah.
And it's just a great area to be in as well.
A great opportunity and a wonderful honor for you. Recently named convener chair of the 2006-2007 President's Roundtable of African American CEOs. And this is an organization of college administrators, is that right?
This is an organization of community college.
Community college administrators,
CEOs,
okay.
presidents, and chancellors, and it's basically made up of the African American CEOs of community colleges throughout the nation.
That's an exciting honor.
It's a great honor that I was elected by my fellow colleagues, fellow peers,
that's
to be
wonderful.
able to
Congratulations.
function as a convener.
And you're going to be bringing them to Thomas Nelson because you're the president. You can do that sort of thing.
Well, we made the decision that as a part of the celebration of the nation in 2007, that it would be a great time to bring the African American leaders from across the nation to really be a part of the celebration and be here at Thomas Nelson, be here in the Hampton Roads area.
Good for you. And I love the new brand identity. You know, everybody's got to reinvent themselves every once in a while. And Thomas Nelson Community College has a new logo, a new branding statement. That's what they call it. If it was a logo, it'd be one price. If it's a branding statement, it's a whole different price. That's what that's about. It's explore, excel, succeed.
That's correct.
It's a great one.
When I first came here in 2004, we had explore the possibilities, but we wanted to take that to another level, to an issue of saying, okay, well, after you explore the opportunities, then what? So we put together a cross-section of the community, faculty, and staff working, and we came up with explore, excel, succeed. So after you explore the possibilities, then through our faculty, our dedicated faculty, our committed staff, really help you to excel and then succeed in whatever your goal may be, whether it's a transfer program, a technical program, certificate program, just personal improvement, you will succeed.
Nice new logo too to go with that new branding statement. Well, gosh, this has just been very nice to be with you today, Charles Taylor, and congratulations on the largest graduating class in the history of Thomas Nelson Community College. And as we said that night, certainly the best looking one too.
Absolutely.
That's what we're thinking. And loads of opportunity at Thomas Nelson. The website tncc.edu, tncc.edu. They have again 11,000 plus students enrolled. If you put all those 11,000 part-timers into full-time students, you'd get about 6,000, close to 6,000 full-time students, which is impressive indeed. And it really is changing lives for people who have all kinds of educational needs, but most touchingly, those for whom college has always been out of reach. Thomas Nelson has really made it possible for a lot of people to go to college, which is a wonderful thing. The website, tncc.edu, that's tncc.edu, Thomas Nelson Community College. Dr. Taylor, always nice to see you. Hope you'll come back and visit again soon.
Be more than happy to. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
You're most welcome. We're going to take a quick break for news, and when we come back, we'll meet Dr. Carolyn Myers. She's the new president